Hi! I'm Zach Lup, and are you ready for some more brawl ideas and theory and hopes and dreams and you know what? Next, Pokemon! Personally, I hate how the Pokemon series is represented in the Smash Bros. Series. The Pokemon series has always been my one least favorite series to be in. I don't hate the Pokemon series. It's how it's represented that just bothers me. First off, 64 veterans, Pikachu and Jigglypuff. Keep them. Now, Melee introduced two new characters, Pichu and Mewtwo, and both were removed. Pichu was a stupid character, in my opinion. Pichu definitely is cute. Don't get me wrong, Pichu is extremely cute. But it was weaker than Pikachu in every single way, and it hurt itself with the special attacks, and I keep dropping my mouse. Yeah, it kept hurting it with its own special attacks. And it was hidden. Pikachu was default, and it was hidden. So, I didn't see why anyone would use Pichu when Pichu was so inferior to Pikachu in every way. Mewtwo, however, of all of the, when it comes to the characters that were removed from Melee during the creation of Brawl, when they weren't accepted into Brawl, Mewtwo is the one character I hated him being removed. I'll explain more after I get through the rest of the characters. In Brawl, they introduced Lucario and Pokemon Trainer. Pokemon Trainer was a bulky character that had 3 different characters in one. I thought the idea was convoluted. I thought it was over the top, and it didn't work that well. I didn't like it. I've never liked the Pokemon Trainer. I always thought it was a convoluted idea. And Lucario, I don't have anything against Lucario, but the fact that he's the one who replaced Mewtwo, which is why I'm so angry that they removed Mewtwo. He replaced Mewtwo. Now, from other people's perspective, it makes sense that they removed Mewtwo for Lucario. Lucario was the latest character that fit that type of area at the time. He's the latest cool humanoid Pokemon. But Mewtwo was not just a cool humanoid Pokemon like Lucario. Mewtwo was a villain. Villain rule. Now, some of you people are saying, but in the Pokemon game, the villains were the people who used the Pokemon wrong, like Giovanni. He's the one who led Team Rocket, and he was the main villain. But Mewtwo was the villain in the first Pokemon movie. Now, for those of you who are going to say that that Smash Bros. Does not represent the Pokemon anime, I have to tell you this: you're wrong. Because in the games, they do not say their names. You never hear Pikachu say, Pikachu! No. Never. Ever happens. Ever. That happens in the anime. The Pokemon in Smash Bros. Are a clear reference to the anime. And Jigglypuff is one more example. Because Jigglypuff is a very minor Pokemon in the series. But Jigglypuff was a huge character in the anime. Hence why she appeared as one of the 64 veterans. So definitely, the anime has a huge impact on Pokemon. And if you had to pick one Pokemon that could be considered a villain throughout the Pokemon anime, it was Mewtwo. There's one point in the movie where everyone cried because it was that horrible of a moment. And Mewtwo caused it! He needs to be in there again. He needs to be brought back. And I think there's actually a chance for it because one of the newer movies coming up features Mewtwo. Now, it features Mewtwo with an evolution form, or an alternate form, which is kind of stupid. But it features Mewtwo! Mewtwo must be in 4. I am not going to be happy if he isn't. Of course, I won't be overly surprised because he's already been removed, but he needs to come back. He needs to. And then let's talk about some of the possible ideas some people have put forward. Well, truthfully, I can't talk about all of the possible ideas because, let's face it, there's around more than 500 Pokemon right now. But one of them that I originally wanted but now realized to be a futile hope is Apom, because Apom was with Ash for a good amount of time and he was a very important Pokemon, but that's outdated and Apom is outdated, and I only wanted Apom because Apom was my favorite Pokemon. So that I don't think is ever going to happen, so I don't care about that anymore. But some of the other Pokemon I've heard of, Zoroark. Zoroark is the new cool humanoid Pokemon. Come on, man! No more of these! The one thing I hated about the Pokemon series being represented in Smash Bros. Is they kept shuffling out the characters. They don't keep any of the good characters. Mewtwo, Pikachu, and Jigglypuff. Those 3, I think, are the most important. And Pokemon Trainer, if you guys like Pokemon Trainer, which I don't. And then Genesect. Again, a cool humanoid. It's that same kind of cool, villainous, or not necessarily villainous, but major storyline type Pokemon. Lucario was that in a movie. He wasn't the bad guy, but he was in the movie. Zoroark's gonna be that. Genesect's gonna be that. God. Enough of that. And then one more character I don't want to see. Human characters. I've already told you I don't like Pokemon Trainer. And then I heard one guy mention Professor Oak, and I just shook my head. No. Please, no. God. Now, if he's included, I'm not going to be overly mad as long as they get Mewtwo in. If they're going to replace Mewtwo with Professor Oak, something's terribly wrong. Because Professor Oak isn't even big anymore. I mean, occasionally he has a cameo, but that's it. That's it. He's not even big anymore. Mewtwo, in my heart, will always be the biggest villain of the Pokemon series. Let's move on, shall we? Fire Emblem. Before Melee, Americans had no idea what Fire Emblem even was. Fire Emblem is a strategy RPG that was only released in Japan. But when Smash Bros. Melee came out, it had 2 characters no one knew who they were. Marth and Roy. People did research on Marth, found out he was the hero of the first Fire Emblem game. Roy hadn't even been revealed in a game yet. He was in a new Fire Emblem game that was coming out, and he was the hero of that one. Marth must stay. I hold him in the same regard as the 64 veterans, even though he is not one. Because he is the original Fire Emblem hero. Keep him. And when it comes to games like these, the villain rule doesn't really apply because there's so many different villains. So, the Brawl brought in Ike and replaced Roy with Ike. Now, at first, I was annoyed because Roy was my favorite character, but now I understand why. I understand why because Ike was the latest hero. Just like Roy was, he's the latest hero of the Fire Emblem series. I expect him to be replaced. I expect us to have Marth plus Chrom. Don't know who Chrom is? Neither do I. But he's the main character of the newest Fire Emblem game. I expect him to replace Ike. I won't be horribly disappointed in this. I just don't want to see another clone. Ike actually did a good job of making his own style. But, yeah. We'll see. As long as I keep Marth, I'll be good on the Fire Emblem series. Fire Emblem series, just like the Pokemon series, is going to keep on changing. Now, Mother. the Mother series. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Mother series is, it's known in America as Earthbound, but I refuse to call it as such, because Earthbound, the original game in the series, is actually Mother 2. Mother 1 was never released here, but Earthbound, which was Mother 2, was. And Mother 2 featured Ness as the main character, who is a 64 veteran. Now, this is where it gets complicated. I don't know if I want to keep Ness. I just contradicted myself. But Ness is the 164 veteran I could see going. And I wouldn't be angry. As long as one condition is met, Ninten has to be added. Ninten is the hero of the first Earthbound. The first Mother. So, what does Ninten look like? He is Ness. They look exactly alike. There's no difference in their appearance. Which is why it's such a complex thing. You could keep Ness, or you could add Ninten, but if you do, you're going to have to get rid of Ness because they look exactly alike. We'll see, though. I mean, if they just keep Ness, I wouldn't be overly annoyed with it. I'd be okay with that. But if they were replacing with Ninten, it would make more sense to me. Now, Brawl introduced Lucas. Lucas was the main character of Mother 3. I don't think he's coming back, because the creator of Mother has retired, from what I've heard, and therefore the series is over. So Lucas is not likely to appear. Now, there's been a bunch of opinions on who would it be coming from that game to enter Smash Bros. 4, but like I've said before, like I've said with Star Fox, I wouldn't be surprised if Ness was the only character in the series for the rest of the Smash Bros. Series. Now, some of the characters they could add is Jeff. Jeff was one of Ness's teammates. Pooh was one of... Pooh, yeah. Funny name. He was one of Ness's teammates, and Pooh was the martial artist, and Jeff used a bunch of electronics and stuff. And then there's Paula, which was the fourth member of his group, which was, like him, an ESP user. So there's generally a lot of ideas. One of the ideas I thought of, like, the villain rule can't really apply. Unless you want to include, like, the alien Gigas from the first game. Yeah, the villain rule can't really apply, because there's no small villains. Porky was in that giant machine. So yeah, there's no really small villains from Earthbound. But if you had to have one, it'd be Gigas. Gigas as an alien form, or whatever it is. The story behind Gigas is utterly fascinating, actually. It blew my mind. I watched somebody play Earthbound, and Mother 2, for those of you who are paying attention. And Gigas is just creepy. But that's a whole nother story and a whole nother bag of... I don't even know how to finish that. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please tell me what you think about what I'm talking about here. Please, I would appreciate it. Next time, I'll get into some of the more obscure games and those that have been introduced. I haven't yet told you the 3D... Oh no, I have told you the 3 defaults. But yeah, I'll get into that in the series that have not been featured yet in Smash Bros. Plus, after that, the next video after that is going to be the third-party characters. I will talk to you again. Please come back. And tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. Bye!